So let me quickly recall yesterday's last class. So we discussed about matrix multiplication, right? Row by column, that is the usual matrix multiplication you learned. And we specified how to write rows of a matrix. And we have seen how to multiply a matrix with the help of rows. Like here, if you take the first element of a row, like first element into first row in the second matrix, second element into second row in the second matrix, and similarly third element into third row in the second matrix. You just need to add all of them so that you'll get the first row of the product. And similarly you can obtain the second row, third row and all. Finally you can write what is A and B in terms of rows of AB, right? Similarly you can do column wise, but this time you need to take columns of the second matrix. Like if you write AB, you need to take the columns of B, then you need to multiply with the columns of A, like 0 times first column plus 1 times second column plus 3 times third column. That will give you first column of AB. And we have seen some examples like how to see like where is the 0 row and where is the 0 matrix in a product with the help of the given elements. I think this is one more example. And this one, writing product as a matrix sum. Yeah, so if you want ijth entry of the product, you can simply take the ith column and jth row and you just take the matrix multiplication, it will give you. Yeah, at the end of the class, I think I discussed trace transpose of a matrix, right? Yeah, and we discussed in matrices, this rule is not fine. A plus b whole square, it is not equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. In matrices, we need to write ab plus ba. If they commute, then only you need to add them. And one more thing, the properties about matrix multiplication. It satisfies associative law and distributive laws, but it doesn't satisfy commutative law. Yeah, so here is the transpose of a matrix. So let me continue my discussion from here. So we have defined what is a transpose of a matrix. Let's say let A be a square matrix. Here we are talking about a square matrix. Whatever for taking transpose, it need not to be a square. It can be any matrix of size m by n. And we have defined A transpose. So where if you look at ijth entry of A transpose, so that's going to be jith entry of A. So this is how it is defined. Now let us try to prove one result, that is what is A into B whole transpose. So A into B whole transpose will be equal to B transpose into A transpose. So let us try to prove this result. Okay. So what I'll do is simply I'll take an ijth entry of AB whole transpose and I'll prove that will be equal to an ijth entry of this B transpose A transpose. Okay. So first let me start with an ijth entry of AB transpose, AB whole transpose, its ijth entry. So as per the definition, it is equal to jith entry of AB, right? Now we know how to express jith entry of AB. So that is nothing but jth column multiplied with the jth row multiplied with ith column, right? So this you can write it as summation. So which one is fixed? jth row and ith column in B is fixed, and the rest this can vary. So where k is running from 1 to what? So let me assume one thing. Let me define what are the sizes of the matrix here. So let us assume that A is a matrix of size m by n, whereas B is a matrix of size n by p. So then k varies from where to where? So this will vary from 1 to n, right? Why? Because the n is common here. Is anyone speaking? I'm not able to hear. Okay. So now this one, can I say that ajk, it is nothing but kjth entry of A. So can I write it like this? This is summation equal to 1 to n. So this expression I'd like to write it like this. This A jk, which is actually jkth entry of A. Okay. So when this one will be equal to kjth entry of A transpose. If you take A transpose, its kjth entry is nothing but jk entry of A. So now I'm going to write this ajk as an entry of this, like A transpose kjth entry as per the definition. And similarly this one, B transpose ikth entry. Now I'll rewrite this guy. So this is summation k equal to 1 to n. So since a real number multiplication is commutative, A into B is same as B into A, these two are real numbers, sir. These are entries of the matrix. Entries of the matrix are, you can take either real or complex, doesn't matter. So here, using commutative property, I'm going to rewrite it like this. B transpose Ik and A transpose Kj. So now it is exactly looking like ijth entry of B transpose into A transpose, isn't it? So now this will be equal to ijth entry of this A transpose into B transpose. Okay. So therefore, you can see that ijth entry of AB whole transpose, ijth entry of AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose A transpose ijth entry. So if all entries are equal, we can say that these two matrices are same. That is AB whole transpose, which is same as B transpose A transpose. Okay. So you can simply see this result, and the another one, and you can see that A transpose whole transpose equal to A. Why? Because A transpose ijth entry will be jith entry of A. Again, if you take transpose, that will be ijth entry of A again. Right. So whereas if you take, if A is a complex matrix, then we are going to define conjugate. So in that case, we are going to take conjugate transpose of a matrix. So we are going to denote it with a star. A star, I mean, you're going to take conjugate and then transpose, or you do it in reverse, both are same. You can write it as A transpose whole conjugate. Okay, so A star we mean conjugate transpose, keep it in mind. And here similarly you can prove that AB whole conjugate transpose will be same as B conjugate transpose into A conjugate transpose. Okay, so you can see the similar proof. The only change will be you'll have conjugates here. There they are real numbers. So even though if you take conjugate of it, you'll again get the same thing. Okay. So here let us look at a small question. So the question is, they're asking us to prove some result. I don't say prove. Let me ask you this first. Let's say AX equal to BX, where A and B are matrices of same size. Okay, and this X is coming from real numbers. I mean, Rn, n-dimensional space. You can take it as a column matrix, where X is nothing but a column matrix. Then what can you say about AB? Is A equal to B? What is your answer? You're saying if X is 0, both are equal. So let me give you one more condition here. I'm saying that this statement is true for every X in Rn. Then is A equal to B? Okay, let us try to look at it. Let us try to investigate. So we are saying this X is a column vector, and let's assume that A and B are matrices are of same size, and definitely this must be A must be a matrix of M by N, because I'm saying X is from Rn, and similarly B is a matrix of size M by N, right? Now here, if you want to show A equal to B, you need to show that the first element of A is same as the first element of B, and similarly all elements. But instead of going with elements, let's do one thing. Let us show that columns are equal. Like first column of A will be same as the first column of B, and similarly we'll do it for every column. And then you can say that both are same, A and B are equal. So the simple idea is, can you tell me an X for which A times X will give you the first column of A only? Can you think of an X for which AX equal to first column of A? Yeah, 1 0 0 0. Good. If I take A, this multiplied with 1 0 0 and so on 0, this will give us exactly the first column of A. Why? Because 1 into the first column of A plus 0 into second column of A plus 0 into second column of A plus, and the rest all will become 0. So what I will get is 1 into, so the first column of A itself, plus 0 into the second column of A plus, and so on, 0 into, you'll get the last column. This is nothing but how many columns are there? There are n columns, so let me write it as nth column. So now you'll end up with only the first column of A. Now similarly, let me see what is B multiplied with this. This will also give us the same thing. B multiplied with 1 0 and so on 0. So this will give me B 1, right? But we know one thing. We know that Ax equal to Bx for every x in Rn. So this is an x in Rn. So we know Ax equal to Bx. Okay. So I'm going to denote this guy as E1. E1, I mean the first entry is 1 and the rest of the entries are 0 in that column matrix. So A into E1 is same as B into E1. So from this, I can say that the first column of A is same as the first column of B. And similarly, you can prove that the kth column of A will be same as the kth column of B. So this is gonna be true for every k which belongs to, let's say, 1, 2, up to how many columns are there? N columns are there. So it is true for all n columns. So therefore, since all columns are equal, I mean first column of A is same as second column of B, first column of B. Similarly for kth column of A is same as kth column of B. So I can say that A equal to B. Therefore, this is true. So now I'll ask you to prove this. Prove that if Ax equal to Bx for every x in Rn, then A equal to B. So this is the proof you can see. So we showed that the columns are equal, therefore the matrices are equal. And you can see one more advantage with this column wise matrix multiplication. So let's assume that if I'd like to calculate A and B, like A into B, where let us assume that matrix multiplication is possible. I mean A is a matrix of size m by n and B is a matrix of size n by p. So here matrix multiplication is possible. Okay. So here I came to know that if you look at the first column of B, we came to know that it is same as the third column of B. Now what can you say about AB? Can I say that the first column of AB will be same as the third column of AB? Yes, we can say that. Why? Because if you want to look at the first column of AB, let me see. So the first column of AB, this is nothing but A times the first column of B. This will give me, right? So now this will be same as A times, we know the first column and third column are same, so I'm going to replace with 3 here since they are equal. Now this is same as AB third column. So if columns of B are same, I can say that the columns of AB are also same. Now similarly, if you know that the rows of A are equal, let's say the first row is equal to the third row, then I can say that the rows of AB are also equal. Let's say if first and third row of A are equal, this implies you can say that the first and third rows of AB are also equal. Okay, you can simply see the proof as above. Because if you want to get the first row of AB, how do you get it? The first row of AB can be obtained like this, like A, the first row of A multiplied with B will give me the first row of AB, but we know the first row and third row of A are same, so A times this is 3B, and this will be same as AB third row. That's it. And not only this, you can say that let us say if the first row is linear combination of the second and third rows. Third thing I can say, if let me say the third row, if the third row of this matrix is equal to, let's say, 2 times the first row of this matrix minus 3 times the second row of this matrix, then you can say that this is also true for A into B. If the third row is expressed as 2 into first row minus 3 into second row, then in AB, after calculation also you can see that that is same as, the third column is same as 2 times of the, third row is same as 2 times of the first row minus 3 times of the second row. This is what I can say, that is AB 3 third row, this is same as A3 and it is B, and you can replace this A31 with this. We can replace it with 2 times of first row minus 3 times of second row, right, multiplied with B. And you know, from distributive law, you can say that using distributive laws, you can say this is same as 2 times this A1 first row of A times B minus 3 times the second row of A times B. So this will be same as 2 times of AB first row minus 3 times of AB second row. Okay. So similarly, you can talk in terms of columns of B. If the third column is a linear combination of first and second column of B, then you can say that the third column of AB, that is also linear combination of the first and second column of AB. Okay. So I hope this is enough about matrix multiplication. So let us move to the next one, that is determinant for a matrix. So let A be a square matrix. Square matrix of size M. So how do you define determinant of a matrix? And okay, before going to the determinant, let me tell you what is an even permutation and odd permutation, because I'm going to use the permutation here while defining this determinant of a square matrix. So let's say if you have 1, 2, 3, you know how to permute these numbers, just rearrangement of these numbers, right? So how many ways are possible? You can arrange it in 3 factorial ways, right? So what are those arrangements? So let me take the first one, 1, 3, 2, next 1, that's it. And next, I'll keep 2 as it is. Now I'll interchange 3 and 1. Now this time I'll keep 3 as it is and interchange 1 and 2. And next I'm going to interchange 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 as well. So 2, 3, 1. And what else? So 3, 1, 2. Okay, so these are the 6 arrangements. So when you look at the first one, there is no change. It is the identity permutation. Okay, so I'll treat this as an even permutation. how many swaps you did? You did 0 number of swaps. Okay, so I'll treat it as an even permutation. Next, you look at the next one. How many swaps you did? There is only one swap. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you do one swap or odd number of swaps, we call that is an odd permutation. And how about this? This falls under odd permutation. Let me do one thing. So let me write even here and odd here. Okay, so let's define a mapping. So the identity one, you can take it as an even permutation, whereas this one, there is only one swap, so therefore odd permutation. And here also there is one swap, 2 and 3 were swapped, so you can treat that as an odd permutation. And next, 3 is fixed, only 2 and 1 were swapped, so 1 swap, so that is an odd permutation. And next, and how about this? 2, 3, 1. How many swaps were done? 2. So since 2 swaps were done, then I'll call it as an even permutation. And here also 2 were done, so this is even permutation. So now we are going to assign a number p. If it is an even permutation, we will take p equal to +1 for even permutation, whereas we will take p equal to -1 for odd permutation. Oh, sorry, we write p in the power. So let's do one thing. Let's assume p is an even number. This represents simply number of swaps, and if for even permutation, let me simply tell you one thing, where p denotes the number of swaps, that is better. Okay, or in other words, I can define another one, the sign of the permutation. So the sign of the permutation, if it is even, we'll take it as +1 if p is even, whereas we'll take it as -1 if p is odd. Okay, I hope you understand what is even and odd permutation. Okay, now let us define determinant of a matrix. Determinant of A, where A is definitely a square matrix. For square matrix only, we are going to talk about the determinant. So this is how it is defined. So determinant of A, which is equal to, you are going to take product of these elements, that is A1 into I1 and A2 into I2, sorry, A2 I2, and so on, AM IM. Okay, so where I1, I2, I3 and so on, they are all distinct numbers, and they can be any one of them out of 1 to n. Okay, or let me simply say that where I1, I2 and so on, IM, which denotes this is permutation of this 1, 2, 3 and so on m. Okay, so if you take one permutation of this, let's say this I2 can be 2, I2 can be, this can be 1, this can be 3 up to m. This is one such permutation. And similarly, you may have 5 here, 2 here, 1 here, and so on. Here you may have 10. Okay, just you're taking some permutation of these numbers. So where, and you're going to take minus 1 to the power of p. If p is odd, it is going to be minus 1, and p is even, it is going to be plus 1, and you are going to take summation of it. So this is how a determinant of a matrix is defined. And you try to understand one thing. If I take first row, so from the first row there is only one entry is here, right? And from the second row there is only one entry, and similarly from the mth row there is only one entry. And let us look at the column. Let us say from the first column, the first column might be somewhere here. For time being, let me assume one permutation of this is this. Let me take 3, 2, 1, and the rest are same as m. Okay, from here 4, 5 and so on up to m, let's assume. So now here the element is going to be A13, A22, and this is A31, and next it will be A4, 4, and so on, the finally AMM for this guy. Okay, now if you look at this element came from third column of A. And is there any other element from the third column of A in that product? Hello? No other element. And similarly, from the second column there is only one element. From the first column there is only one element. So you can see that in this product there is definitely one element from each column, exactly one element from each column and exactly one element from each row. Right? Now let's do one thing. To understand this definition, let me write what is the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix using this definition. For P. Let's say let A be a 3 by 3 matrix. So here I'd like to write determinant of A. And I hope you know how the elements in a 3 by 3 matrix looks like. A11, A12, A13 and all, right? So let me write all possibilities. So the first one, I'll write the identity one, that is A11, A12, A13. So this we treat it as an even one. Next one, I need to write A1. I'm not going to write this guy. I'll fill this letter. Next A2, A3. And here again A1, A2, A3. How many ways can you arrange these numbers? 1, 2, 3. 6 ways we can do that, so that we can get 6 terms here. So let us write all 6 terms. So this is A1, A2, A3, A1, 2, 3. Similarly, one more. Okay. Now I'm going to write the permuted numbers now, permutation. So 1, 2, 3. So let me fix 1 and let me change these two. That is 3, 2. Okay. So this is an odd permutation so that you get minus here. Next. Next one. Now this time I'll fix this 2, A22, and this is 3 and this is 1. So this is an odd permutation, so minus. Next, this time I'll fix 3, I'll interchange these two. So this is an odd permutation, so minus. Next, 1 is fixed, 2 is fixed, 3 is fixed. So now what else? You hope, what else I can have? I can have